Welcome back to Burden of Proof. Let's see what actually comes next here. It feels like we haven't resolved everything yet, but we've won our case. Like, trying to struggle with what's supposed to happen now. And it's... Are you gonna defend Nail and then a part C to this chapter? Or... We did it! I can't believe it! You really had no hope I'd make it, did you? We believed in you from the beginning, Conrad. Thank you all so much. We were happy to help. Hey, you really had a rough couple of days, Cross. Tell me about it. I'm sorry that Fletcher's gone. At least the killer will pay for his actions. I still can't believe Nail was hiding something so sinister. I seemed to think he had a motive back there. Why was that? Nail's organization used Sarah for her intelligence. They wanted to keep her silent about her mission. She built Ace, well, because they made her do it. And they blamed her for stealing the Zero data, even though they needed it themselves. That is despicable. If there's one thing we can look forward to, the ones behind the scenes, Nail's organization. They've revealed themselves, and one of their members is locked away. I have a feeling we won't truly know the whole story until we can take them down. They were the root of everything, and we don't even know their name. And let's work as hard as we can to uncover the truth. That's what we do anyways, right? And now we're doing it. Together. I've made a lot of enemies on my journey. But I've made even more friends. If it wasn't for them, I'd be in jail right now. If it wasn't for them, this could have turned out way worse. Alright, go team, not guilty. What a terrible name. How about DJ Dare and the Double Do-Gooders? Not bad. No, it should be Lucky Lawyers, Defense for All. And now we're on borderline copyright infringement. We can settle this debate over lunch. On me. Oh, we can't let you do that. Why not? The country of England shall pay for our meal. Talk about calling in favors. Let it settle. Come on, Conrad. Yeah, it's time to finally relax. It's all over. The madness, the danger, the terrorists, the nuclear threat, betrayals. Ended, and this story was about to end as well. Of all the mysteries that have been solved, there's still one that I had yet to reveal. Of course, I knew the answer all along. Taking you on this journey was never about what I knew. It's about what you knew. And I'm about to show you the truth. That will solve the last mystery. One final truth. One final test. The only one that matters in this story. Can you pass it? Oh no. This is where it happened. Right down there is where the final mystery began. The mystery of what really happened to Sarah. You know, don't you? I've already figured out the answer. Show me. Show me what you know. Who really did it? Who killed Sarah? Pass this test. Prove yourself. Think carefully. You need to do this. You need to find the truth yourself, or else anything I show you will be meaningless. So show me. Who killed her? Oh boy. I have a theory. This is interesting. I have a theory, though. Oh, nope. Okay. No, Sarah wouldn't do that. It's a different monster here, waiting to be unleashed. I mean, we'll go through all the suspects. Why not? Shaking head? No, that's not it. Is it us? That's the answer. Was me. I've known for a while now, but I never really wanted to accept it. Facing it in person was so much more difficult than I thought. What Thorne said was probably true. My memory loss was due to stress. It returned all too quickly. In fact, I've known since Chloe investigated here. But even then, I couldn't realize that what I did was wrong. It never seemed like a crime to me, just something that had to be done. I killed Sarah. Then after the deed was done, I moved the body using the crane. You want to know how I did it? Skylar had mentioned a new device he was working on. I could control vehicles through cell phone signals. I only needed to call in a few favors and set up a few mechanisms before the incident. Then I controlled the crane remotely using my phone call from the detention center. Nobody would suspect a thing. Yeah, I'm sorry, what? After all, how could I have operated the crane when I was locked up? It was the perfect cover, but the crime itself. I never thought I would be in this position. What I'm going to show you isn't an excuse for my actions, but it should give you some insight into why it had to be this way. In the sewers, when I hid from Ajax in the police search, I ran into Sarah. Sarah, you alright? Conrad, how? Why did you do this? You interrupted the convoy. Neil's gone insane. He wants to lock you up for good. You can't let him do that. Conrad, don't you know this is what I want? But you can't accept that. It's the organization. They'll do anything to achieve their selfish goals. Conrad, you don't understand. You're a human being, one that I care for. I don't want to lose you. Did Nail cut the rope around your hands? Yes, he went to the bridge. Then we have to hurry. Ajax could be back with the police any second now. I don't want to do this. You have to. I've done everything. I struggled so much to keep you here. Can't leave now. Where would we go? You'll become a criminal just like me. I've covered my tracks. They won't know. They don't have to know. I can hide you somewhere. We can do this. We don't have to live by their rules. Don't you remember when we were kids? How we would go after the bad guys? But we know who the bad guys are now. We can work against them. Together. So help me. Help everyone in this city. They need us. We need to stop the organization for good. You don't get the whole picture. But you're right. This can't continue. So are you with me? Yes. If you've given me an opportunity to make up for my mistakes, you shouldn't have done this. You're my friend, and you always will be, no matter what. Let's go, quickly. Eventually ended up hiding in the other passageway. It's a dead end, but it served well to keep us from the police. Ah, your hands! Huh? Oh. Here, use this. It'll help. I'll help you. Oh, you can cut the cloth with that knife. The knife we got? Ah, thank you. That should be better. Don't crawl through glass again. What's wrong? You just reminded me of the Sarah I used to know. But one that was always ready to help those in need. deserve to be branded a criminal. No, they need to give you a chance. You're not a bad person. That's why this has been so shocking to me. The organization, they changed everything. But there's no time. Can't stay here forever. We need to find a better place to hide. Let's go. We made a grave mistake. Now. Conrad, you insolent fool, how could you do this? Please, just stop. Don't put that sword down, I'll shoot. Just calm down. You need to pay for your crimes. How could you say that? Fletcher is not guilty. You can't do this. Don't take her away. The argument lasted far too long. Eventually, Nail dropped the sword. Alright, just listen to me. That gun doesn't work, does it? What? You found it in the fountain at the airport, right? The water will have worn out the mechanism by now. So tell me, are you really going to shoot me? Ah! So he fought and fought. Eventually Sarah stepped in after grabbing the sword. Enough! Just go away! Nail fled the scene, but we were in a panic. He's going to bring the police here. We have to hurry, quick. Let's go, come on. Conrad, I can't. What? This is the end for me. I didn't understand. Nail, he knows I've tried to run now. He won't hold back. We can get out of this. We can still do something. They'll find us. They always do. I don't understand what they can do. And I don't deserve to go on. What are you talking about? Of course you do. Everything was all my fault. I'm the one who poisoned Nail during the Gardner case. Huh? I'm the one who gave Gardner the tripod contraption. I'm sorry, what? I convinced him to murder Daniel Yard. How? Why? Yard financed the Zero project. Don't you remember? I went through everything to get the Zero data so I could complete my project. That's why Skylar replaced Yard. Oh, hold on a minute, Skylar? That's right, his donations to government projects. One of them was the preservation of the Zero data. This allowed him to get up close and steal it. He was supposed to deliver it to me. He was working with you, but... Of course it was merely a fake, but we couldn't have known. And your plan to steal a drive from the Bank of Prosperity. All of it was so you could steal the data. You get it now. Everything you've done in the last 2 years. It's all my fault. Those deaths. That's why you have to kill me. I was speechless. If you do that, then the organization will take a huge hit. I could care less about them. How could you say that? There's something else. I don't have long to live. Eh? What? I'm going to die. And I know this is sudden, but if I leave here alive, then they'll find us and hurt us. That's why you have to kill me. You have to kill me and get away with it. What are you saying? There will be a trial for my death, but you have to plead innocent. You can pass off your actions as wanting to free me from the organization. You'll need to fake memory loss so you have an alibi. No, I can't. Why are you? Listen to me. You have to pin the crime on someone else. If you can do that, then the organization won't have any loose ends. That's how you can make it out of this alive. No, stop! Conrad, you have to do this. For me. So do it, come on. No! Ah! Don't you see? This is what I want. So you don't have to be upset with yourself. You're doing the right thing. No, please. Come on, do it. I'm the villain here. I'm behind it all. I poisoned your mentor. I arranged Yard's death. He stole from the bank. I killed Ground. No, he jumped himself. That was a lie. I pushed him. And I killed Vilmar, too. It was all me. So do it. Serve justice. I'm a criminal. This is what you've been doing all your life. So do it. Kill me. Give me my sentence. Ah! That moment, it didn't matter if what she said was true or not. It really doesn't matter who killed Vilmar or Ground. Sarah didn't have long to live. Truth, I had already suspected it. She had a disease. Most of her life she suffered from it. But I ignored it years ago. It wasn't real for me then. That's why I hadn't seen her in so long. She moved away to get medical help. I had already said my goodbyes. She was quietly suffering all this time, and I didn't even care. That's why, at least if she died there. None of that matters now. The answers don't matter, just the question. The truth doesn't matter, just the perception. The history doesn't matter, just the memory. Right here is where she died. When she parachuted off, she wanted it. She begged for it. It was by my hand that she was murdered. The strange thing is, I don't regret it in the slightest. I'll never forget Sarah. I'll never forget what she taught me. You learned it too, right? The law. It doesn't matter. When desperate times come to pass, the law is nothing. That moment, I was the judge, not the attorney. I decided that she would die. That's why I can live with myself. That's what she was trying to teach me. If we stand any chance against Nail's organization, then we need someone who can work above the law. That's the only way to take down something so powerful. We need someone who doesn't play by the rules of this world. That person is you. So, will you help me? Huh. I feel like I just got Kojima'd. Hi, Hendrik Trey. What the fuck happened with you? You just disappeared from the plot, and we just spiraled into everything being government conspiracies, then. The terrorists proved irrelevant in the end. Wow, this story took a hard turn and didn't look back. Wow. Huh. I don't know how to feel about this. again, any limitations in what didn't get fleshed out as much as I might have wished it had is definitely down to this being a solo project. Oh. Oh, we get to... Now we get to read it? No, we don't. I'll give you this. That was a really cool credit sequence. But, well... Oh, wait. So cool to see it twice. Like, I don't think we can get out of this. Alright, let's see it twice. So... yeah, this absolutely did not end up anywhere in the direction that I was expecting it to from the first few cases. For starters, we had the issue of the zero data being linked to terrorism. And that just kind of ended. I mean, I guess you could... I guess you could say that plotline was tied up because it was... terrorists are out to destroy... wipe out the centers of civilization to rebuild the world and the justice system in a fairer image in their eyes. By obtaining the zero data and launching nukes. So they got one in the fourth case. They got one in the kidnapping incident in the third case that we didn't have any hand in. And then they got the third and the last case, wherein he went to start Made to go launch nukes, and that was it. I was gonna say, one thing that was fairly well God, there's a lot to wrap my head around. Like, the terrorist plot just kind of wrapped up. Albeit there was enough there for me to say that it did wrap up. Even if I wish there had been more along the lines of the themes that Hendrik Trey was fighting for. Mainly that discussion in the fourth case with Hendrik about merits of an AI-controlled legal system versus human-controlled. And with Conrad arguing for AI control. I guess I thought that Hendrik Trey's ideology was going to be more important. It wasn't. Like, once the reveal of Conrad's swap of the zero data drive at Sarah's apartment was done, that was pretty much it for him. He was out of the story. Because say this was the first case before we got hot-shotted to Sarah's guilty verdict. The theme of the AI-controlled legal system versus human-controlled legal system, originally I thought that would come to fruition with some sort of balance, but I was gonna say that theme didn't really go anywhere. And, like, we set it up with obviously the introduction of the counselors, which was a very clear bias on their part towards people being guilty. Which I guess could have been used for a sense of humans are biased. And they're very easily clouded by bias. And we had Hendrik Trey arguing that an AI-controlled system taking the bias, taking the human factor out, was, like, just as bad. It's been a while since we had that argument, so I don't remember the specifics, but I know he was against AI taking over. And you could see where he's coming from at the time. Sometimes a bit of the human element is needed to handle certain complexities. But I'm gonna say, really, when Ace took over in that final case, seemed perfectly fair, perfectly reasonable. To the point where he even essentially turned on Nail once the facts started coming out in that direction. Maybe we're meant to take from that that's a failing of Ace. Because Conrad actually did kill Sarah. Albeit a mercy kill of sorts, but still. The verdict we got in that final trial was a misbegotten verdict. We know that now, and that's what the final scene was meant to tell us. As mad as that was. I don't know if we're meant to call everything into question. It is true that that does wrap up all of the plot points from our preceding cases. But that's a lot to take in. That is a ton to take in. It's hard to say if that was all Sarah trying to get us to kill her, or if that was just the truth, and that drove Conrad to kill her. I mean, the one piece of evidence in Nail's, the case where Nail proved to be guilty, was just the stab wound from the sword, which didn't pierce. Like, if you stab someone with a sword, it's gonna go through them. So that's what made me feel like that was the knife that was found between 5A and 5B that Conrad clearly had with him at the time. Which felt like that would be the actual murder weapon? But no, apparently it was the sword. That feels weird. That it's just, I'm gonna kill you in a rush, but I'm only gonna stab you a little bit. And the knife just vanished, I guess. I don't know what happened to the knife. I don't think it was an evidence either. And the other thing that never got answered is what's with the text on the sword and Conrad not being able to read the text when everyone else can. It's like someone theorized that it was very much a case of, like the nanomachines or something that was blocking it out of his mind only. It could be, but never really got explored. And we never got an answer either. I feel like that's something that was, this ending was missing. So it was set up at the beginning. Unless that scene at the beginning was meant to take place in that final like after Sarah's murder or something. It still does. The fact remains that when the sword was discovered in 5A, Conrad clearly recognized it. So where was that from? What was going on there? I don't know. Alright. I think that covers everything I can think about. I can think of over the plot. All in all, really interesting. It had a lot of interesting ideas. I can't say they all came to their full potential. Like, I've just voiced what kind of disappointed me about the ending, but there's a lot of really interesting stuff to take from this game. Like, for starters, as a guy who plays a lot of Phoenix Wright fan games and the such, I thought this was a really interesting take on just trial format with just the free-flowing direct examination testimonies. And then specific points where you declare you want to cross-examine a testimony, and then you get normal peruse statements, present evidence, take that, whatnot stuff. But just, I think, in terms of the trial setup, it was, I really like that setup with just free-flowing delivering testimony, like actual how an actual testimony might play out in court, with lawyer asking questions, getting responses, and it flows. And even with the introduction of the points where you can kind of interrupt the wait statements, where you can just press with no penalty, and just points you can object to just in normal conversation. It's like, that's the kind of stuff that would normally just be happening automatically in a Phoenix Wright script, but that's an interesting bits of gameplay that I really enjoyed. I really liked that. was gonna say, I did ultimately enjoy the story, I think. Despite wishing things had come through in a more complete fashion. But yeah, it's just... I imagine a lot of this is just down to this being a solo project. Plenty of limitations there, so I gotta give him all the credit in the world just for this being a finished product. That's impressive. It's seriously awesome. Huge amount of respect for putting this out. Understand things might have gone wrong with the third case being cut short due to outside help really dropping the ball for him. I'm sure there were other areas that had to get cut just for the sake of finishing, but mad respect. I'm gonna say, the fact that you put a complete story together, got a complete game together, and released it, that's mad respect. That's way further along than I've ever gotten. So all the respect in the world for that. Did enjoy it overall. I'm gonna say, it's the kind of thing where I'd only call out the stuff I wish there was more of if I enjoyed the rest of it. So just want to pointing out all the story beats I wish we got wrapped up, because I really enjoyed this. So all in all, that's going to be it for Burden of Proof. This has been an interesting ride. I didn't expect this to end with Conrad Cross being radicalized in terms of the law not being all that. But here we are. We certainly did get there. In terms of where we're going next, uncertain. I might play something relatively shorter just to fill in the gap, but I will of course be taking the usual case suggestions in the comments. So leave them below and I'll peruse and see what looks good. And until next time, until then, thanks for watching.